Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. We are from Group 9. Are going to present our result in quality appreciation lecture. This is our group name. Name is Desvita Buya, Aisyah Ayu, Muhammad Yuti, and also me, Irgi.
Definition of pottery. Definition of setting. The setting is where the story takes place. It is also concerned with the time period, the weather, the time of day, and sometimes even the time of the week. Next, the book of the story might even take place inside a character head or in a dream. There is an infinite number of ways a writer might make their setting more interesting. They could, instead of using a real city, create a new city from scratch. Next, next slide is one reader might want to set their story on another planet with a new race of beings that the reader has never heard of. This will enable them to craft a world that entirely their own. And the next slide is the setting in a story is sometimes called the skin. It is the background in which the story takes place, but it's also much more. Depending on the setting, character might or might not be able to do certain things, make important decisions, or have experience that they could have in another place or time.
Biography. Life facts. Edward Thomas was born in Lambert, Surrey, England, in March of 1978. Thomas inside in the artist travels over 2 years period. He wrote more than 140 poems. Thomas was killed in a rice trench on April 19, 1970. He was born in the Commonwealth War Brave Commentary as Next, interesting facts. He lived near Robert Frost. Thomas volunteered to be sent to French during YYI. He became friends with Wilfred Owen at here, Holcomb AC. Thomas West, the oldest of 6 sons, his life commemorated in a poet's corner of the Westminster Abbey. Next.
Stanza 1. James C. Clinchfield. The wise sun is shine. The skeleton waits and it never tries. No, the grasses keep white with frost and the hilltop with beetle box. The smoke of the traveler's joy is come. Over Hawthorne, berry and hazelton, I read this sign. Which way shall I go? The voice says, you would not have doubted so, at 20. Another voice, young whisper, says, at 20 you wish you had never been born. One hazel was a leaf of corn from a top at the tail. When the first voice told the other he wished to know what would be to be 60 by this same house. You shall see. He loved, and I had to join his love. You shall see, will either before or after. Whatever happens, it must be for a mouthful of earth to remedy all regrets and wishes shall really be given. And if there be a flaw in the heaven, will be freedom to wish. The wish may be to be here or anywhere, no matter what they wither on earth at any age between death and birth, to see what they are like. The sun and the first, the land and the sea, summer, autumn, winter, spring with a poor man of any sort, down to a king, standing upright out in the air, wondering where he shall journey. Oh, where?
Poetry analysis. In stanza 1 to line 1 until 4, we can see in the first stanza of the signpost, the speaker begins with a short statement describing the sea. It is the only one element of his immediate surrounding, and it is said to be dim and green with chill. The setting is expanded upon within the next line as it is made clear that it's very cold. The sun is shy, refusing to come out, and there's a frost on everything. The weeds are skeletal, and the grasses are long and white with frost. In line 5 until 10, in the next 6 lines, the speaker expands on his surrounding and on what they mean to him. The speaker states that around the scene there's a smoke of the traveler's joy puff. It floats over the hawthorn berry and hazel top. This is the first time that anything remotely joyous has been introduced to the scene. He wondered to himself, which way shall I go? After posing this question, a voice that is presumably inside his head reminds him that he would not have asked this question when he was 20. The second voice does not give the first an answer. Instead, he laughed and told the first voice, "You shall see. Time is the only thing that can show one how their life will truly turn out. There can be no accurate or worthwhile prediction." The speaker returns to the piece at this point, adding that he had to join with the laughter of the second voice upon hearing the question. In stanza 2, line 1 until 9, the second stanza of the signpost begins with the speaker removing himself somewhat from the narrative again. The speaker described the loss of the golden leaf from a hazel tree and then immediately follow up with a question from the first voice. He asks the second voice what he will be like when he is 60 years old. The second voice now has some authority on the matter, having swapped in and reminded the first voice about the nature of being young. In stanza 2, line 10 until 20. In the second half of this stanza, in the signpost, the speaker states that heaven is perfect, although if it did have a flaw, it would be that one might wish again to feel the pull of age, time, and disdain. One can wish as much as they like in heaven, and it is likely the voice say. that your wish will be to return to the earth. One might want to experience again what it is to be between death and birth, or no day or night. Change does not have to be something terrible, unlike what the first voice proposed at the beginning of the piece. Growing old, changing one's mind, and taking time in decision making is not necessarily bad. It is all part of a process that one will miss when one, such as first voice who spoke gets to heaven, that they might also miss the season on earth. There will be no winter or spring in heaven, nor will there be a poor man or a king to speak with at the signpost. All will be equal. Heaven will not provide one with the uncertainty that makes it interesting, especially when it is centered around a signpost on the fourth day.
Conclusion. Poem begins with the speaker describing the sign scale on the top of the hill, beside a signpost. It's cool, the surrounding plain life is mostly dead. The speaker wonders which direction he should travel in and is comforted by two opposite voices, presumably within his own head. One must him for knowing and becoming timid with age. The other reminds him that youth is not the only thing in life to be fought. The second voice takes control of the narrative, describes how one is going to age, whether they want to or eventually one will make their way to heaven, where they will look down on the hard days on the earth and wish them. They will long for the seasons of winter and spring and the uncertainty of daily life.
Okay, so that's all for our presentation today. Thank you. Good afternoon and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So